So the Infinity is the largest ship the UNSC has ever built, and it has a complement of Spartan 4's on it. All of your gameplay is focused around the Infinity. The competitive multiplayer is set on a combat deck, which is a holographic room that you can take part in combat training sessions, red versus blue Spartans. We didn't want to change the gameplay up between campaign and multiplayer too much. We want the basic feel to be the same. We've been working hard on that to try and make you feel like a kind of superhero Spartan. And I think we've gone back to some faster paced gameplay because of that. The move speeds, the jump heights, all these things are tweaked a bit in Halo 4. And it's all to sort of sell the experience of being a Spartan 4. Your Spartan 4 can rank up. We're developing a new ranking system for the Spartan. As you rank up, you earn XP for playing. If you play better, you're obviously going to earn more XP. And then each time you rank up, you earn Spartan points, and you can spend those Spartan points to mix and match and build loadouts around your preferred playstyle. We're introducing in the progression system the ability to obviously unlock gameplay items now, which is a big change from traditional Halo. Some things that have come out of this decision are that people actually use more of the sandbox in Halo. There's lots of great weapons, and a lot of times a lot of them might go unused. With the loadout system, you actually see a lot more usage of all the different weapons, all the armor abilities, and you start to get interesting combinations when players can build their own combinations of armor abilities and weapons to fit their own playstyle. You start to see really interesting combinations and strategies come up that you perhaps wouldn't otherwise see. So we feel it's like it's actually letting players use the entire Halo sandbox in a lot broader way than perhaps they could in the past. We put Sprint into the base ability set, and there was a big reason for that was in the past I think Sprint had taken up a lot of the armor ability usage in the game, and we just felt that you've got all these other cool abilities and a lot of them are getting pushed aside a little bit, so we decided, and also we just wanted to up the pace of the game generally, so the other armor abilities tend to change your playstyle up a lot more than Sprint does, so we're finding that people are building playstyles around the armor abilities more than perhaps they did in the past. So we're introducing a new armor ability called Forerunner Vision. Lets you see through walls, which sounds pretty powerful. A hologram and active camo are sort of the two stealthy, tricky abilities, and you can definitely trick someone with Forerunner Vision on. We definitely want counters to all the abilities. Like every ability is going to have counters in the other abilities, and it's been a big focus to making you feel empowered with an ability, but also at the same time making sure there's a trade-off and that other armor abilities can be used to counter it, that you're never unstoppable with one single armor ability. So we've got a new free-for-all mode called Regicide. It's a bit different to normal free-for-all. There's always a king in Regicide, and you've got to kill the king. So you can get points just like a normal free-for-all by killing other players, but the king gets a bounty on his head, and the more kills that the king actually gets, the higher his bounty gets. So a good king is also a good target. He's marked for everyone on the map. You get lots of cat and mouse chase scenarios. It's tough to stay as the king, but also everyone's coming towards the king, so you've got a lot of targets to shoot at. So it's a very fast-paced mode. You get lots of swings late in the game, and we find it makes free-for-all a bit more accessible for new players, and I think it's a bit more of just a fun, frenzied mode that people can get into and have a lot of fun with. We're also bringing back CTF. We're not really talking about details of that today, but CTF is definitely coming back, and all the classic modes that we're bringing back are getting revisions. We're trying to improve them. We're trying to make objectives clearer. We're trying to make the pace faster. We want to add a lot of supporting actions into any objective mode we do. So we're really giving every mode, it's going to feel like a fresh new mode, and we're focusing on really polishing up the modes that we are shipping with Halo 4. It's 16-player online, and all the traditional split-screen modes we're supporting. So 4-player split locally, 2-player online, we're still supporting that. I'm sure there's concerns about progression affecting the gameplay in Halo 4. I think, for hardcore fans, first, we're not taking out any of the old functionality of, you can set up custom games, you can play matches with preset loadouts and weapons. That's not going away. It's a Halo tradition. On top of that, we're working really hard to balance these things out, beat these elements out. We're making sure there's not dominant strategies. We've had these things working for a long time now. We've been doing a lot of play testing with them, and we continue to do that. I think, in this case, you'll have to trust us. We're not, the game still feels like Halo. I think everyone who's had a chance to play it knows that it still feels like Halo. It doesn't feel like a different game. So you're just gonna have to trust us on this one.